It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Jared Goff. He's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Lions and the Bears, and it's all up next.
Now, the good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today is a Week 14 matchup, which should be a good one, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. In season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game and you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. Here's the former Bear. This is David Montgomery. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. These two teams, they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago. From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. That's complete to DK Metcalf. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. The Lions at 11-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now, because to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way, because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. Yannick Ngakoue, just as hard to say his name as he is to block. He's there in on the stop that time. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. He's across midfield and finally marked down at the 42-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. In trouble, and he's taken down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback, maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Here's Fields. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's just been all-out pressure on this drive. They've already sacked him a couple of times, and now here, he's just forced to chuck this one away.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. Playoff picture here, and you see they've got that number 2 spot right now. Obviously a lot to like about that and where they're at in this home stretch of the season, but that first round home game is not guaranteed, Charles, until they lock up their division.
Bottom line, win the division, stay number 2, you get a favorable game at home to begin what you hope will be a nice postseason run.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
Goff going to shift him around. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll find his rookie tight end, Sam Laporta. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Off play action. Here's Goff. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We're scoreless after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Play action. It's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. And that will be incomplete. Passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they have to sit
On fourth down, gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. What a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at my coach. Why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Fields. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. They'll say it's incomplete.
Well, I think completions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. He had a man open, but he missed it. It's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, not get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
An audible here to get a new look. Here we go on 4th. Goff. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Another run for Gibbs here. Muscles him off. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 37. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Goff. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's the veteran Justin Houston who got in there to make the stop.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
To throw on 2nd down is Goff. This one swung out to Montgomery. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. Now the Bears will call the 1st and 10 timeouts. So as they're talking over, we step aside. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal was to score just before the break, but I'm not sure that a safety was how they expected to do it. But give the defenders credit. They saw how the series was starting out, and I think it increased their intensity. This was their chance to make a huge play before the half, and all they needed was one play to get it done.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. That's taken on the 25. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Goff now looks to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Justin Houston, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. This is caught, and in for the Lions touchdown. DK Metcalf, as the first half is winding down, and the Lions have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And this is good, and it makes it a 9-3 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Fields. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with a bit. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history and tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
3rd and long. It's Fields. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Lions will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not. That's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Fields now to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen for Herbert. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter,
They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
2nd and 7. Read option, this is Gibbs. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
Always important as a defender out there to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On first down, Fields completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw here into the hands of Moore. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The result, a first down as a quick slant gets him 14.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes
nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. That sack courtesy of Jack Campbell. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here we go. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Fields. And this is caught. He hits Moore. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. It was Justin Houston who got him down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Play action. It's gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields flushed out right. And he's going to go down again.
Justin Fields sacked by Aiden Hutchinson. Still gain on
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Oh, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Now Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions... Ball back in terrific field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Goff going to move his guys around a bit. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DK DK Metcalf. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Lions stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. We're facing a big fourth quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. On first down, it's Fields. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Draw play, a give to Herbert. And they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now it's Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the side.
Down the numbers. There he goes. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Goff going to throw it. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams, 43 yards. And the Lions have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. DJ Moore headed back out as the Bears take over on possession. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done here?
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the gun, here's Fields. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And now how about this? The free kick from the 20 going to be out of bounds. And that, of course, is a penalty. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Automatic first down.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Throwing now, Goff. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. That is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Off play action. Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's got Watkins on the out route. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Goff looking to change the play. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got this to Williams, complete. Call that a very strong. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Goff. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off, and the Bears come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and maybe more importantly,